Hello everyone, how's it going? My name is Legion Bricks, and before I get started on this video, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I need to give a shout out to every single one of you guys. We just hit a monumental goal of 1,000 subscribers. I can't believe it. Thank you so much. I'm going to do a whole video on it eventually, but if you can't tell, this video is about how I enhanced my Mos Eisley Cantina set, adding a bunch of little things on it to just kind of bring the set more together, in my opinion. I thought that it was not missing a few things, but it could be added upon. And starting with the first thing over here, it is going to be this Stormtrooper Barracks. It's very small, albeit, but I think it portrays a Stormtrooper Barracks building. So you've got this little guy coming out, doesn't have any of his sand equipment on. You can take off the roof pretty easily, just connected by a few studs, and you can see there's a whole weapons rack in there, so you could probably suppose that this is like a little outpost, perhaps, where some landing crafts could drop off supplies at some point, and troopers could come pick it up. So just an extra weapons area for them. And putting this roof back on, you can see I've added a few figures that don't come in the set. Here's a Tusken Raider and a Jawa, an extra Jawa. And right here, this is Greedo's Ubrikian 9000 that comes in the set, and this is Luke's Landspeeder that does not come in the set. It is a set you can currently get. And you may also be able to tell that I've added this pretty substantial piece of tan plates, and it just connects to the major buildings right here and around up there through the hut and the Jawa shop. It just connects through there through plates and sits down on all of that. I think it adds to the build because without this, it's basically just your table, and there is no where to put minifigures, which I kind of thought was a downside. It would just be white underneath all of this if I didn't have it here. But I think it finishes off and kind of ties it together, almost like a courtyard in a way. And I've added this little guy, which is, I forget what he is exactly, but he was in Luke's Landspeeder from 2009. And over here, you can also see that with that plate, I unfortunately can't separate the buildings like you can in the actual set. So these are kind of locked down, unfortunately. Like, you can't open the Jawa shop, which is kind of unfortunate. You can still open up the hut over here, but that's just one downside to this. I would like to eventually try to maybe come back to it and see if I could detach them in a way or find a way to. But this is the little side build that came with Luke's Landspeeder from 2020. I just added it to the side with a little hinge plate. I think it just kind of makes like a backyard for the Jawa shop. Over here, I have some of the figures that came in the set. And I left the dewback and the storage area in the back as they are. You may be wondering what this thing is. Now, it's actually from the Mos Eisley Cantina in the movies. It is known as the Challenger Queen, and it is basically a crashed starship. And you can see it's just sticking up out of the ground. I tried to portray it as best as I could. I don't have many big pieces for something like this, so I tried my best with this. You can see it detaches, and it's just kind of cut off right there where it goes into the ground. You can see these engines. There's one that's kind of disintegrating on the back, but the ship in the movie is kind of falling apart, so I thought it was pretty appropriate. And it just sits up on that little stand back here, which is plated down with a couple extra plates so that it doesn't fall out, and it just sits snugly in there. And I think it kind of adds a cool, neat little background. And over here at the main cantina, where the party is, pretty much, I've actually left it so you can, where I didn't plate anything down, so that you can actually still, because I wanted to keep this feature, it's such a cool feature, open it up like the normal set does. And I think that is pretty cool. I wanted to really keep that feature because I think it is kind of neat. So I thought that it was worth keeping. And you can see I've added a couple of figures like these guys that came in the ATST Raider set, and that guy right there who comes in the Beakwing set from 2014. He's like a pilot assistant. And I've also added a bounty hunter scene over here. We don't see this in the movie, but you can see there's Bossk and Dengar just chilling in there. I thought that it was appropriate. There's always bounty hunters at Mos Eisley, so you don't see them in the movies, but we can assume they may have been there. And I added some more figures, like this guy, who is actually a custom minifigure. I made him using one of the scuba pieces for the eyes from one of the old city sets, and yeah, I thought that he was kind of appropriate for the Mos Eisley Cantina, kind of something you would see in Mos Eisley. I don't know. I just kind of made him up of parts that I had. Don't ask me what his name is because I don't know, to be fair. So I just kind of threw him in there. And I'm going to try to close this up the best I can with one hand. And over here, we actually have something that I was kind of on the fence of making. It is a sort of like a parking way for ships. It doesn't fit as many ships as I'd like it to. I'd like to expand this, and it is a little unfinished. But it's basically just this plate of bricks. A couple of sloped bricks to give it kind of definition, you know, some holes in the ground. But it actually has little divots in the sides so that it can accommodate for those hinge pieces with the area sticking out right there. And you can just slide it up against there. It doesn't connect to anything right now. But you can kind of park your speeder, which is the Mandalorian speeder that came in the new 2020 set, and the Lars family speeder, I believe it is, that came in the Cantina set. And you can see it's not quite on the same level. It's a little elevated because it is bricks on the side. But I thought that it was kind of a neat thing. And you can see that's my full enhanced Mos Eisley Cantina tour. So let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments. And if you liked the video, I definitely appreciate a like on it. And if you're not subscribed, I definitely appreciate that too, for all things LEGO Star Wars related. And that's it for this video. I just want to say real quick, once again, thank you for all the support you guys have given the channel. It really means a lot, and it really goes a long way. So, thank you, honestly. So, that's it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya!